Hello people, bass fishing again today. Going to try a different technique, going to try to get some sand eels. We're going to live bait off the beach. So we just turned up at the beach and we're just going to sort of see what it's looking like. Yeah, so it looks reasonably good. Looks reasonably good. It's quite clear. So we might use go to a sort of put a bit of extra lead onto a 178 Evo. So we go from 17 gram to sort of 27 gram. And that casts nicely with this rod. So we can do that, live baiting better. And the tide, I think it's ebbing, which is not ideal, but there's a chance we can fish for some sand eels as well. So I'm confident we can get one today. I'm pretty confident. So we're just going to a lure which works. I've got loads of others, but this one you get good distance and I've had a lot of fish on it. So that's what we do. We're not getting too far away from a time in the tide when we can start getting them. So better go trying to get some sand eels and using feathers and all that, and we haven't managed to get any. But the sea's looking quite, it's got a bit of a lump on, but it's clearer than what I've fished before. But we get got to keep an eye on the old trebles. Got to keep an eye on the old trebles because they can get blunt when it's swelly like this. The sand and the stones can blunt your trebles. So if you're doing it for quite a few hours, they've got to be sharp. Your trebles have got to remain sharp. So I've got some spares. You can use the sharpening stone, hook sharpener. So I ain't got to do anything fancy with this lure other than just like a steady retrieve. You can see on the braid the rod tip buffering away. Now the wind's coming over my shoulders, so you just have to sprinkle a little bit of salt water on your line on the spool just to keep it wet, to keep the wind knots down. And we're just using a fan technique. So sort of cast about sort of 6 casts in sort of a fan shape, and then just move sort of 5-10 yards to your right or to your left, working that way. Big undertow here with this swell, and that way you're sort of covering the ground. Good bass here, boys. That's cloudy weather. He's got it. That's a better fish. Look at that. It's a nice fish. Beautiful. Look at that. Right. Look at that. It's a lovely one, that is. There's my pliers. He's off. What a lovely fish. I'd say he's about, I don't know, 3.5, 4 pounds, something like that. Come on. Mr. Bassy. Look at that. Go on, buddy. What about that then? Incredible. They seek him here. He is a dedicated follower of passion. The fish are close in today, and that stands to reason because there's a fairly big swell on, and it's just churning up the seabed. So, you know, I've stuck on a lure which I know works and just stuck at it. I've had a popper on for a little while, but they like this lure. They like the metal. It's been getting tangled with it. I've had to swap over the hook because the other hook got a little bit blunt. Well, I lost a fish and I changed the hook straight away because I felt it was, when it's swelly like this, you'd be surprised your lure just scrape into the pebbles and the sand a bit more, and that can blunt it quite quickly. So you must have sharp hooks with bass because their mouths are relatively bony. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful fish. It's 46. 46. There we go. There we go. It's always key to keep an eye on what the birds are doing, what they're diving down on, and even where they're just hanging out, where they're all resting. It's not a bad area to sort of fish. So what we might do, might rig up some mackerel feathers or some sabikis, tiny little size 12 hooks. And we'll just try and snare some sand eel, put them in the bucket. Ain't got a cast to the horizon today. They're in close, so it means we can get a lot more casts in, which is even better. Right. What you can do, you can rig them up on like a Carolina rig, where you have the ball sinker and fluorocarbon swivel feed, fluorocarbon to a single hook with a fairly biggish barb on it, like a circle hook or something like that, 5/0, and you just thread the live bait, the live sand eel, through the nostrils. And sometimes it stops them wriggling off. That's usually pretty good on a circle hook, but incredible. You think, right, we're in for, you know, one after the other, and they don't. They all goes quiet, even during the peak time. Back home. We're hang on, sorry about the wind in the mic. Might be a bit impossible, but we 3 bass today on the Toby, the secret Toby. Yeah, 2 bass, a 46, 42, and one which was probably about 3.5, 4 pounds. All in all, pretty special. Pretty special. That's why I do it. Yeah, just don't want to lose the lure now. Do something silly. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, and more fishing videos along the way. See you guys.